Hey. Taff, an out of this world story from our space. Imagine being trapped next to your ex for 20 hours heading halfway across the world. What would you say to them in that time? Please fasten your seatbelts and return your tray tables to its full upright and locked position. Today on our space, we're in for a rough landing. Up first, insecurities are relationship killers. My girlfriend having cheated on me for the dumbest reason. I can't believe it. My girlfriend cheated on me, but for that reason? Let me start off. In high school, there was this girl that had a crush on me and eventually asked me out. She couldn't believe it after I agreed because she always mentions that I am out of her league. I would always tell her that it's not important and that I love her, or else why would I agree on a date, right? The date went great, and we stayed together until she was 22 female and I was 23 male. We both have decent paying jobs, and we are living in a house and we were planning to marry and etc. The thing I didn't like was that she always mentioned that I was out of her league. I told her I wasn't comfortable with that, and I asked her why she would always mention it. She said that she was scared I would cheat on her. I will describe my life. No female friends, just 5 best friends since my childhood. I don't go partying, and if I would go, I would never go without my girlfriend. I usually go 2 to 3 times a week without her, with my buddies, mostly to the gym. She does go partying without me, but I don't really mind because I have trust in her, and I'm not this kind of jealous partner. She would always come back at around 3 a.m., but I would like be sleeping because I have work at 5 a.m. I'm pretty sure active on Instagram, and I would always post pics of me with my buddies or my GoFund, or just pics of me in the holidays. I would have many people in my DMs, but I would always ignore them, tell them I have a girlfriend or just block them. Now one day, I was at the gym with my friends, and one of them invited me to his house because we were very tired. He asked me to stay for the night, and I agreed. I immediately told my girlfriend and sent her my location. She just read it, and everything went normal. So the other day, she came home later than usual, around 4:30 a.m. I was awake because I had to go to work. After I saw her, I just asked why she came so late, and she answered with, "I've just forgotten the time." I didn't think much about it and went to work. Later that day, I got a message from her saying that we have to talk. I just said that I have to work and I am coming later. Later that day, I came home and she was sitting on the couch crying. I thought someone died and I went to comfort her. I asked her what's wrong and she told me that the day she came late, she had slept with her ex. I just looked at her and asked, "Why?" She then said that she is insecure because I'm out of her league and that she's pretty sure that I have cheated too at least once. I just continued looking at her and I said that I needed a moment and I ran out of the house. I didn't know what to do, so I just went outside and drove my car away. I am not an emotional person, so I didn't really cry, but I was just thinking the whole time, she effing cheated on me. After I came back home, I saw her just acting like everything's normal, and she tried to give me a kiss, but I refused. I don't know what to do right now. I told her that I'm staying in my friends for a few days. What should I do? Ask for advice on what to do. Let's see what the community offers. Here's one. Dump her. For insecurities are not your problem at this point. After all these years, she finally made her predictions true because I don't know about leads, but for sure you deserve better. The next offer. Oh, the "I cheated on you because you must be cheating" excuse. Dump her. Listen, she is still making excuses and blaming it on you. Should we use the same reason over and over again? Believe her now and tell her, "Yes, I'm out of your league. I'm not a cheater." And this person says, "Sounds like she was right. You're way out of her league. This won't be the only time this happens if you stick around, especially because she is using cheating that she imagined, fabricated, to justify cheating on you. The audacity of accusing you of cheating on her right after cheating on you herself is unreal." One more. Well, she now has not one, but 2 genuine reasons to think she doesn't deserve you: her lack of trust and her cheating on you. Take care of yourself first, OP. Stay with your friends, chat with them, and have fun if you can, and think of the future when you feel ready. The comments speak the truth, OP. 1. Her insecurity is definitely not your problem. She was projecting on you. 2. You shouldn't have to share your location. It sounds like learned behavior that is acquired from an abuser. 3. She definitely has 2 reasons to not deserve you now. 4. You are out of her league. Get the heck out of there and be with someone who genuinely deserves you. Update. I'll make this as short as I can. So to me, I'm doing great and I don't regret anything. So people thought I would stay. People tried to give me advice. Like you for real thought I am going to stay with her? Of course I would go to dump her. To be honest, I used some advice, but let's start off. I didn't stay long at my friend's, 2 days. After that, I went home and immediately said without even greeting her, "You know you were right. I am way out of your league, and not just with my looks." She immediately started crying, but I didn't care at all. I just wanted her out of my face. She tried to apologize and restart, but I declined with, "Heck no." After she cried her butt out, she went away, and I don't know where she went, but I don't really care either. I have heard that she tried to make herself the victim, but I didn't care what or how she is doing. I got crackstormed by her friends, but it was just very funny. I took it easy and went on just like normal. It's her loss, I guess. I'm sorry for the short update and the late posting. Couple reactions from the community. Oh, did her ex satisfy her poor little insecurities by making her feel special? What a pathetic loser. Now she has to live with the fact that she screwed things up because she's emotionally immature. But since she's playing the victim, naturally, she won't learn and continue to act like trash. No big loss, but I'm sorry you had to go through this. One more person chimed in. The F kind of flack did her friends give you? How dare you make her face the consequences of her own action? Or was it, you think you're so good looking that you don't deserve to be knocked down a peg by being cucked? How dare you? Glad you're out of there, OB. You're absolutely right. It is her loss. She'll always be that girl who runs back to her ex for validation. How sad. Do you have a similar story? Share it with us in the comments. Next up, we're experiencing some turbulence in our next story. I found out my boyfriend was cheating 10 minutes into the world's longest fight. Please help. I am broken. My ex-boyfriend and I had been together 4 years. We were actively talking engagement and marriage and planned a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Asia. When I planned the trip, I thought it was going to be an engagement trip. I just got home for the trip last night, and I could not have been further from the truth. Things started going south around Thanksgiving. He struggles with depression and anxiety, and his meds threw him into some sort of manic state. Entire personality changed overnight. He works a month at a time, and I hadn't seen him for the month of November. When he came home, he was a different person. We continued to spend all of December fighting over the littlest things that never mattered before, and he drove a wedge so big between us in our relationship. I asked him multiple times about cheating as things came up that didn't sit right with me. I was told countless times that nothing was happening, and how can I be so insecure? I can't believe you don't believe me. I was getting ready to pick up my whole life and move to a third world country with him for his work. He had 6 weeks to figure his life out, and it was obvious I no longer took any form of priority. I tried like hell to fight for the relationship and thought the trip to Asia would help rekindle our spark. I was so wrong. 10 minutes after takeoff of an 18.5-hour flight, I saw an "I love you" text from a female coworker. Like I said, he works a month at a time and lives with his coworker when he's not home with me. From there, I uncovered an entire secret relationship full of sex and as emotionally deep as "I love you." I am devastated and had to sit next to him for 18 more hours. I learned all about the fact that since Thanksgiving, big personality change, he'd been hooking up with his coworker while away at work. He claims, "I was ready to get married but thought I'd try something with her, and if I didn't feel guilty about it, then we weren't meant to be." Well, he did not feel real guilty about it, but led me on for 2 months lying and gaslighting me, spending a week in another city with her and having me take him and pick him up from the airport. He's told me every reason in the book why he lied, how he thought we'd still end up together at the end of this. He was figuring out his life, all at the expense of me and my feelings and sanity. It's been incredibly hard dealing with the end of a 4-year relationship that was so close to marriage and simultaneously knowing there's another woman he says "I love you" to, all lined up ready to start a new chapter with. The entire vacation he's spent sending "I love yous" and hearts to her, and I can't even begin to grasp it, how any of this is real. I'm so broken and alone now back home. I feel like I'm losing everything all at once. My future, my best friend, seeing them move on and fall in love again. He had all the values I wanted for marriage and had similar passions we got to share together. It's so hard because who I dated and who he was everything I ever wanted. I count my blessings now to not be with him knowing this entire second personality I didn't know he was capable of. I grieve at what I thought I had and who I thought I knew. Let's get a couple reactions. Our first reactor says, "Clearly, he's not a good person as he would have hurt you in such a manner. He's not worth your time and effort. 4 years is a long time, and hopefully with counseling and therapy you will find healing. Block on everything and go no contact on him. He doesn't deserve you." One more person says, "Be glad or at least find consolation in the fact that he found out before you were married. In a sad way, you dodged a bullet. And opportunity found out after marriage and kids. Now move on and hopefully find who really deserves you in your future. Why the heck would he still go on a trip with you if you knew you weren't meant to be? Your intuition was right, OP. I'm just sorry you had to find all this out while you were stuck side by side in an insane can in the air for nearly 20 hours. You could either see that as a great way or a terrible way to hash things out. I mean, thank goodness you didn't end up getting married to this guy, but also to live with his coworker. It's all like he was living a double life to me. Update. 6 months post D-Day. Time is a healer. I had a traumatic end to my relationship 6 months ago. I genuinely didn't know how I'd be able to fall out of love with him. I struggled for months wondering how it'd be possible. Today I saw a photo of us and felt no emotion towards her or behind it. He was just someone I used to know and a stranger now. I couldn't believe how I felt. It caught me off guard. I wrote how I was feeling down in my notes on my phone, like an unsent letter to him. I saw a photo of us today, as I do most days in my iPhone's featured photos, since I never deleted a single photo of you. But this time was different. I no longer recognized you as my person. I started to think about our relationship like, was that really real life? And all those memories felt so distant. I was afraid of this happening because of how my brain deals with trauma, but forgetting everything, both bad and good. I never thought I wanted to forget the good too. It was the first time I ever felt like that, and it scared me because I never wanted to let go, yet here I was, having thoughts and feelings. I guess it's a good thing for me, but it effing sucks at the same time to not feel that for you anymore. To all those in the early stages, the devastation is unbearable. Continue to prioritize yourself and embrace your newfound independence. This will only make you stronger and teach you lessons for when the right one comes along. It's interesting, but we can see once we're out of the clouds. You'll find someone else, someone who actually deserves you, and someone who you can't wait to travel across the world with and explore new things, eat new food, and learn all about new cultures. It's amazing what we can do and what we're capable of when we let people go. Oki isn't alone. We know that. Tell some of your worst breakups and breakup survival stories in the comments below. And thank you for joining us today on our space. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next video. Until next time.